Hi guys, welcome to Hannah's Homemaking. Today I'm very excited to share with you that we're doing another project for my friend who's expecting. Today we're going to be tackling a diaper bag. It's technically not a diaper bag specific pattern, but it is a tote bag. So I'm hoping that at the very least, if she doesn't put diapers in it, she could put any of her cute stuff in it to travel around with. I found some really great fabric and a good pattern at Hobby Lobby, so I'm very excited about that. Today I'm going to be using this Simplicity pattern, 1338. It's a one size pattern, just has different styles of bags on it. Today I'm going to be doing pattern C, that blue bag, and we're going to be making it out of this really gorgeous, delicate floral pattern that's this beautiful light blue. I figured that this would be good, just, you know, regardless of if it was a boy or girl, but just mostly for Mama. She is so sweet and I feel like she deserves something nice for herself, so I just really wanted to make something for her. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. This is such a gorgeous piece of cloth, and so I'm just really excited to be making a bag out of it. I have big plans for this as well, because I'm going to be trying to quilt the fabric with some batting behind it. That way it kind of gives it some more bulk and some durability, and you know, who doesn't like those really cute quilted bags. I might just have to make one for myself because I just have such high expectations for it. I also should say that I do know the gender. I figured out that she's having a little girl, which I'm very, very excited about. I'm hoping that maybe I could sneak in a couple dresses by the time her bridal shower comes by. But I just kind of wanted to finish this bag first before sending something out to her. And then the rest of the projects that I have planned for her, I'm gonna probably be giving to her at her bridal shower. Or, gosh, not bridal shower. At her baby shower. So yeah, when I travel out there. But yeah, I'm super excited. This is gonna be like the outside of the bag, and then I have this really pretty like beige color for the inside. But yeah, so I guess let's go get sewing. Alrighty guys, so we are going to be starting on this project. I already preemptively cut out all the fabric and the pieces, just because I originally thought that I wasn't going to film this, but then I decided that I just better do it to document the process. So I hope y'all aren't mad at me for not videoing that, but I feel like it's pretty repetitive. And it takes a lot of time in the video, and I'm trying to make it a little bit shorter and friendlier for people to watch. But I cut everything out. I already quilted all of the pieces. Let me show you like a good example. Like this one, if you could see the diagonal lines on it. Oh, I love it. I think it's gonna look so beautiful. I'm very excited for it, but how I did that was, this is the opposite side of the fabric. I got some very thin batting that's usually used in quilts, and I just laid it, I cut out the same pieces on here, and so I laid it over the top, and I used my ruler and my quilting supplies to figure out exact 45-degree lines that are 1 inch apart. So I did that with every single piece that's going on the outside, so it looks like this, and it's very equal and even. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a couple of tries to do that. I was originally gonna do like, you know, like the crisscross pattern that's on like normal quilts, and you can see my trial and error here. I didn't end up, you know, doing that, obviously. I was just like, I don't know, it was seriously like 9 o'clock at night when I was trying to do this. And so my brain was just not there, and I was like, it's fine. I think that it will look beautiful just with that, with just the single diagonal lines. So I'm very excited about just how it looks so far, but I did that with all the pieces. I also did want to say that originally with the batting, I bought it in like a bag, and I wasn't sure like exactly the quality or like how loose it was gonna look. I was hoping that it was gonna be like this that I bought, but I was kind of worried that it was gonna be super thin to where I would have had to have cut out a whole nother set of fabric and smushed it in between everything, if that makes sense. But I got really lucky, which is great, and I was just able to sew on top of this and those lines. So I'm very happy with that. It saved me a lot of fabric, and I'm not gonna lie, it saved me a lot of money to just be able to do that. But yeah, I just took the risk and it paid off, which is great. But yeah, so I'm excited for that, and then I'll show you, this is the color of the complementing fabric that I have for the inside of the bag. I think it goes beautifully with this blue. I think that it just matches really well with the flowers and the theme of just like soft femininity. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. Like I said, I wasn't really planning on originally filming this, so a couple days ago I kind of started on the process, and the first step was to make the side pockets of the bag. This is what they look like. So I sewed them together like pretty normal pockets. You can see in my previous video with the baby overalls kind of how to make a pocket, if you're curious on how that works. But I pretty much sewed the right sides together and flipped it over to where it had this pretty seam, and then I made a casing for it, which you can see there, where I put some elastic in it, and I sewed the elastic in on the sides, so that's what obviously makes it scrunchy. Hopefully it'll go kind of on the bag like this, and that way she can put like a water bottle or whatever she needs to in that side pocket. It also called for pleating, or not pleating, what are they called? I can't think of it right now, but just little points right here, so that it looks nice and pretty and on the bottom of the bag. But yeah, so I did that. But yeah, so we are kind of all set up to start really sewing this bag together. I'm really excited with how it looks. I'm kind of nervous but excited to see how this quilting and the batting kind of make it like a thicker bag. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm really excited. Alrighty guys, so I had a look at the directions, and the first step that we're going to be doing is putting the sides of the bags together. I can show you, we're doing step 7 technically, and we're going to be putting the pocket on top of it, but first we have to sew those two guys together, and it should have like that little like the pocket like in the center. So I'm just going to be putting those two together and sewing it along the seam. So that's what we're going to be doing. Alrighty, what I'm going to be doing next is attaching the pockets to this. So this is the pocket line that we're looking for. I'm going to put it upside down, and I'm going to be trying to line up a ½ inch above that line. That way when I stitch it, it's going to end up like right side up, if that makes sense. Alright, this is what it's gonna look like. I'm just gonna press this bottom part and then baste the sides, and then we'll be good to go. And I have to do this on the second side as well. Alrighty, so I basted the pockets on there, and it's looking pretty good. The next step is that we're going to be putting all of the panels of the bag, like the side panels, together. So front, side, front, side. So I don't think I have enough room on my table to do this. So I think I'm gonna go to the floor really quick and pin it together, and then I will show you when I sew it together. Alrighty guys, so I had to move out to the kitchen because what we're going to be doing next is making the straps. I wanted them to be the same fabric as the inside, so the beige color. So I have to like physically make them myself, which takes an extra step, but I think it'll be worth it. I think it'll be really cute. But this is what our bag looks like so far. Of course it's flat, but once it's like together, then of course it'll probably be like roughly that big. But yeah, so I just need to cut out and like iron and sew the straps so that I can put them on here. And I'm hoping that I have enough fabric. Marshall, stop. I hope that I have enough fabric, but I guess we'll see. But yeah. Alrighty, bad news but good news. Bad news, I did not have enough fabric for the straps. But good news is that when I was rummaging around to try to find my quilting supplies, I was able to find some of this like strap in my just random bag of stuff. So I think that we're gonna use that. It's 1 inch wide, which I think it calls for like 1.5 inches. So it'll just be a little bit skinnier, but I compared it to the bag and I feel like it looks appropriate. So we're gonna go with this. I literally have just enough. I think I have like just about this much left of this. So I think it was like made, like unintentionally made for this project. And I think it looks beautiful with the fabric. So yeah, I just need 2 straps that are 2 straps that are 57¼ inches long. So yeah. Alrighty, so I have this all set up for us. Bootsy is our helper per usual. What we're going to be doing is pinning this onto this guy, and we're going to be sewing it like up to about here. It's just easier if I show you. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. Alrighty, well, if you could see it, Bitsy, scooch. I'll hold it up for you. This is how it's going to go. We can't pin the other side yet because this seam obviously is not connected, but once it is, we will. So yeah, what we're going to be doing is sewing pretty much a large rectangle on these guys to pin them in place. Alrighty, so we have sewed these guys on. I think that they look great, awesome. We still have to do this one, but first we have to close the bag with right sides together. We're gonna stitch that together, and then we can stitch the remaining little strap on. And then after that, we can work on the bottom of the bag. Alrighty guys, so I've turned the bag inside out. The pockets are on these little ends, and this is the center. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on the bottom. So we're going to be sewing this bottom part, and then we're going to be sewing just right underneath the pockets to this seam, and then we'll be able to like flip it and sew the other side. That way it kind of turns it into a square. So yeah, let's try to do that. I sewed all the way down here underneath the pockets and then on the bottom. So I just kind of wanted to turn it inside out and see what we're looking at. I don't know, I just like, we'll see. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure I was supposed to do that, but I mean, look how cute it is so far. We just have to work on this, and I think it like it's gonna be sewn, you know, flat. So I'm gonna look at the directions and then I'll come back. Alright, so I figured out that I did it wrong. I looked at this wrong, and I should have gone with my intuition because I was like, oh, this bottom, like this little tiny bottom seam, it looks like the bottom of the pockets, but I was like, well, maybe they want me to stitch there because they're wanting me to stitch at the very bottom. So I should have listened to my gut, and I shouldn't have sewn that upper part. So I unripped one side of them to try to do the following step, which is here, and it worked, and I was able to get a square corner. So you can see it's not like all the way put out, but there's the bag, and here's the corner that I fixed. Here's the pocket, and there's that little square corner that I was able to get. So I just need to do that with the other side that I flubbed up, and yeah, so I'll kind of show you after I unpick all of this. I hate unpicking, it's the worst thing, but we're gonna do it. Alright, so I unpicked like all of that. So what we really have to do with the corner is you take it, that little tiny hole, and then we're gonna line up those little seams, and then we're going to literally like sew just that. And then that will give us that square corner that we're looking for. Alrighty, look at that. Look at those pretty corners and the little pocket in there. Looks beautiful. Alright, so now I believe with the instructions we are going to be working to try to make 2 inside pockets, and then we will work on the inner, like the inner part with the cream colored fabric. That way it doesn't look like this. So yeah, I'll be back. Alrighty, so with the inner pockets, what we're pretty much doing is with this piece of fabric, we're going to be folding it in half. And then I'm going to be stitching around the edges and leaving like a little bit of an opening. That way I can turn it inside out and it looks nice and pretty. And there's 2 inside pockets, so I'm going to do that with both of them. Alrighty guys, so I have the inside lining. Obviously we made the pockets, I pressed it, and I sewed along the top to kind of finish that off where I didn't sew. And I pinned it on here where it told me to, and now I'm just gonna sew along the edges pretty much. Alrighty guys, I really feel like we're on the home stretch. I put the little like magnetic clasps on there. Pretty much what I did was I fused a little bit of interfacing on there just to kind of stabilize it, and then I applied this based off of the manufacturer's directions. But now we're gonna kind of do the same thing again with the lining as we did with the bag itself, the outside of it. So we're going to line up all the sides together, sew it along, except on the bottom we're just going to leave a little bit of like some room, that way we can flip it inside out when the time comes. But yeah, so I'm very excited with how this is going. Alright, so I pressed the seams out, and we're going to be doing the same thing that we did with the inside of the bag with the side. So I'm just going to go boop, and we're going to just be sewing this edge, and the other one too, of course, but... Alrighty, so what I've done is I took the finished lining and I turned it, well, I put right sides together for the bag and the right side together for the lining. So you can see wrong side, wrong side. I pinned the top, lining up the side seams, and we're gonna just be doing a seam around the whole circle. Alrighty, so I turned the bag inside out, which is great through that little hole that I created, that I created, and then so I pulled it through and then I stitched this bottom part in, so now it looks, really cute. So now I can just like stuff this inside. Alrighty, now all that's left to do is stitch the upper part, and then the bag is all done. Alrighty guys, here is the finished product. I'm so proud of how this turned out, and oh my gosh, look at how professional it looks. Honestly, I feel like this is probably one of the best things that I've ever created. I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I mean, just look at how cute and elegant it is. I believe that she's gonna love it, or at least I hope so. I'm just obsessed with the fabric and the complementing colors, and then the pockets and even the inside and how it looks really nice with the enclosed seams. But yeah, I'm just so happy with it. I also just kind of wanted to show you what I've made for her so far. I've crocheted a little baby blanket. It didn't take very long and it was really simple. It's just half double crochets repeated with a border around it. I've also made this cute little newborn swaddle sleeping bag of sorts. I've also made a little newborn beanie, and of course it's so tiny and cute. And lastly, of course, I've made the cute little baby overalls. But yeah, I know that it's going to be a girl, so I have big plans for her and her family. I'm going to plan to make a swaddle, probably a couple more outfits, and maybe some knitted projects as well. I have this really cute bluey fabric that I'm really excited to use, so we'll see what I plan to do with that. But yeah, I hope that she really loves these gifts and just appreciates the fact that I've put a lot of love into them for her. But yeah, it's been just such a joy to create all of this for her and for me to be able to document the process. But yeah, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this as well and continue to see my journey and just making some more fun gifts for her. Yeah, I appreciate you all so much. Thanks for watching.